Welcome back from the break. Our next story would be our In Focus story. Now, though the Ministry of Agriculture might be pushing for increased production in rice as well as maize among other crops in the years ahead, storage facilities, which have been a concern to farmers, are still lacking as some silos built by post-colonial governments are left for encroachers. This week's In Focus takes a look at the state of some forgotten silos at Apremdo.
Hard-working Ghanaian farmers have over the years lost their investments as a result of post-harvest losses due to challenges with immediate market, coupled with a big issue of lack of storage facilities to store their yield for better times. The Ministry of Agriculture's this year's Farmers' Days team says Ghanaians must eat what they grow. But this also means that we need to take the issue of storage that seriously. But look behind me. This is a silo meant for storage that was constructed by post-independent government in Nkrumah's regime. But today, it has been abandoned and taken over by encroachers. So the question is, how seriously is this country taking the issue of storage? Salifu Abdul Razak Ziblim is the Western Region Director of Agriculture and speaks to the issue.
We talk about storage because food crop sector has command low food prices and gives farmers less money. The tendency was for most people was to shift to agriculture, and so maize production and other grains went down, and so that is why most of those structures are standing and they are not being utilized. And so for Western region, we are yet to see how we can boost those crops in the region. But this year and within the last 4 or 5 years, we have undertaken what we call trying to develop our inland valleys to be able to enhance rice production. We started it and then the project ended, but we have now gotten extra money to complete some 10 schemes so that we can improve rice production.
Meanwhile, the decades-old magnificent silo at Apremdo has gathered bushes and surrounded by developed structures as well as visible ongoing fresh development. What is even surprising is the ground floor of the silo that has become residence for some homeless people, as it can be seen from these hang clothes. I therefore inquired from one of the construction security workers on the whereabouts of the owner of the development close by, but to no avail. To find out who gave the permit, I got in touch with the chief of Apremdo, who himself is not happy with the development.
We've seen people developing in the area without my consent and without a permit from me. My message to the Ministry of Agriculture is that we always campaign for, food security. It's about time that we do something about it. Because if present government come and then he ignores the project of his predecessor and then tackles any other different distance, they always say agriculture is the backbone of every country, because the first prime minister saw it. It was good that we use agriculture to develop the nation. That was why he put up this beautiful edifice. So my question is, if the ministry is not ready to do something about it, they should just inform us to pull it down so that we can have the access to use the land for any other purposes.
So I asked the regional director of Agric what plans they have for the silos.
The government did those facilities because the government wanted to do everything. But we now want some PP arrangements so that at least once we see the sector growing, we would wish that the private sector couples in so that we can be able to leverage the private sector to take some of the infrastructure and develop and then be able to be part of the value chain.
As it could be seen, development of infrastructure is busily taking place here, very close to the silo that was originally meant to be the storage facility for our farmers' produce. This raises questions about our seriousness as a country in terms of what we invest our monies in. The chiefs over here seem not to be in the know of who gave these people the permits to come and develop so close to the silo. For Versatile News, I am Agyei Annim, Apremdo near Takoradi.
Well, if you want to catch a repeat of that In Focus story,